So it's 12 o'clock, past 12 o'clock at some city again. I travel a lot, and recently I've gotten asked how I survive it. So I've been traveling a lot for the last 20 years or so. This year alone, I think I had 40 international flights. Lifetime mileage wise, I think I'm close to 1.5 million maybe. Those flown miles, not bonus miles or purchase miles. So I do travel a lot, and I fly coach. Mainly because business is the waste. I get on a plane, I fall asleep. I trained to fall asleep. Um, so by the time I land, by the time I come around, it's usually 2 hours before we land. So it really doesn't matter if I fly business or coach. I just sleep. But there are some essentials that I do travel with, and I figured I go through them. Given that with the holidays, a lot of people will be traveling. First thing first. So my go-to backpack that I travel with is this one. It's a little bit. I put some paracord on it, but it's a 511 Rush 24. The reason why I chose the 24 is it is the largest backpack that I have found that will fit underneath the front seat, and pretty much fills up the whole space in a way that I can maximize my onboard carry. The way it goes in like this, and usually the back of the seat will hit somewhere here. So this is kind of sticking out, but it's black enough so that I never had any trouble with it. But it has the most capacity that I've found when I travel. But it's also rugged as hell. I go to weird corners of the world, so it does help. Next up, there are a couple items here that I carry on me, obviously. This is my G-Shock Mudmaster. I have added a Mech Army, you see that? A Mech Army flashlight. 3 taps it on, so it comes up. This comes really handy when you drop something on a plane. There's a compass there. I made this band just because I'm not a big fan of rubber bands. The reason why I chose the Mudmaster is that it has a nice big analog screen, but down here it has a digital screen. It has a world clock capability, dual display world clock display ability, so that I can have the analog at whatever location I am, and my home time back in Tokyo will always be here. So I know what's happening if people are up or asleep. I don't have to grab my phone and go to the world clock. I can always take a look at it. This watch is an awesome watch. It's huge. It's not cheap. It's about $500, but it's not super expensive. It's rugged as fuck. And for the work that I do, this is the best watch I've found so far. Next up, these two. These two are always in my pocket. These are Fisher Space Pen. This is the Infinium, I think. Yeah, and this is the Bullet. If you have never used a Fisher Space Pen, I strongly suggest you give it a try. They are definitely worth every penny you spend on. I go through pens a lot because I do a lot of translation work, but I will not use these pens for translation work. These sit in my pocket, and when I need to jot down something or something. But they're pressurized infills, so they will write no matter what. I don't have to fiddle around. I don't have to go scratch on a piece of paper to get it writing or something. They will always come out the way it is, and they're super light. They're compact. These are always on me because you have to file customs and immigration forms sometimes. Custom paperworks. These pens are a lifesaver. These sit in my pocket. I carry them literally every day. Not only when I'm traveling, but when I'm living in Tokyo. These are sitting in my pocket. Next up, chapstick. Dry lips aren't a good thing. So airplane air tends to get a bit dry. iPod. Now, this is an iPod Touch. People are like, well, you could use your phone and whatever. It's like, yeah, right. I have my phone with me too. It has a battery backup. But I like to keep. I like to have an iPod Touch, mainly because it has a headphone jack, and I can load it up with. I can load it up with music and video clips, videos that I like, and it's just an easier way to handle some of the media that I travel with. I travel. Most of my international flights are over 9 hours, so 12, 13 hours flights are average. And when it comes to that point, then I like to have my phone ready when I before I take off and when I land. So I don't want to run my phone while I'm in the airplane. I do carry mobile batteries. Anchor mobile battery, but just from my media consumption point of view, the iPod Touch is. I know it's kind of a hipster thing to have, but it is very nice. Now, since I touched on the iPod Touch, headphones. I carry two. These sit in my travel backpack, which is that Rush 24 travel backpack that I have. I will never take these out off the backpack. They always stay in, so that when I'm on the road, I know I have them. One is the Shure in-ear 215, I think. Yeah, 215 with the adaptive phone. These they're not too expensive. They're about $100. They're not cheap, but they are very nice earphones. They're isolating enough that I'm on a 787. I really don't need noise canceling headphones anymore. But I use them with the iPod Touch. Some airlines, and this is uniquely an airline issue per airline. Some airlines will allow you to use Bluetooth. Some won't. So it's always nice to have a wired connection capability, and less power because the iPod Touch doesn't have to run Bluetooth on it. So this is one set, and then the other one that I have is the Sony WH-1000 XM3, so noise cancelling headphones. So the Shure 215s are not noise cancelling. These are noise cancelling headphones. I'm not a big fan of noise cancelling. It usually makes me feel like my head is about to implode. But really depending on the flight and the seat arrangement that I have, sometimes I prefer. Sometimes I just get away with these. Like if I have a window seat, these are fine, or aisle seat, or now maybe a window seat. Yeah. And then if I'm on an aisle or in the middle, I tend to use these a little bit more. I'm not a big fan of the Bose sound either. I used to have a Quiet Comfort series one, and it was just kind of like, it's kind of okay, but I'm not a big fan of the sound nor the noise cancelling. So when I picked up these, this was purely an impulse buy, but yeah. So they sit over the ear, like that. So. But their noise cancelling is a little bit more natural. I'm not a big audiophile freak like some of my friends are, but they feel a little bit more natural in the sound, and I do like the over-the-ear part where it sits over the ear and not on my ear, because after, like on a 12-hour flight, after the 10th hour, on ear it really gets painful. Yeah, those are the ones that I travel with. Obviously then, I don't know, charging cables. I don't like to charge off the airplane just because I feel it's a bad habit to have. Just paranoid me, but also I like clean source. You never know if there's a spike somewhere or somebody else might yank on it. So I just round up mobile batteries. Good book. So reading. Right now I'm reading Stealing Worlds, based on the recommendation of Matt DeVost. It's okay. It's a fun book. It's a bit hard to read some in places, but I enjoy it. The bookmark is a hotel, one of those things. This turns out to be actually a really good bookmark, because what I can do is if I'm reading like this on the page like this, and I'm like, oh, I'm reading here, I just throw the bookmark in the back. And if you just want to close the book for a second, I can just go like this, like that, and then I can come back to that point. So turns out it's really good. So then I have a couple of snacks. So when I travel, I don't eat on the plane. I eat before the plane, about an hour before the plane. At the airport, I'll try to get some food in my system. And on the plane, I don't eat. I've stopped eating about, 6-7 years ago. So even on a 13-hour, 14-hour flight, I don't eat on the plane. I eat before and after I land. It does help with the recovery a lot. This is just me, but maybe not as much as for the jet lag, but just general recovery-wise. Not eating on a plane has significantly changed my recovery capabilities. So, but I do get hungry. So, just in case, like I bought these on this trip, didn't need them. It really depends on how the flight is and what the pre-flight situation is. But I ate before, and then once we landed, I came to the hotel and ate something. So, so I do carry snacks just in case I do get a little bit hungry, so I have something to put in my system. But I do carry a water bottle. Now this is huge. This is the Stanley Masterclass. This is the Master Series, I think. Yeah, Master Series, 1 liter. Because this flight was about 13 to 14 hours, I took the 1 liter one. I have a 500 one too. If it's about 8 hours of flying, then 500 milliliters or 750 milliliters will work. But if it's over 10, I get dehydrated really easily. So the 1 liter option, it is big. Nice and fresh. I hate asking for water or drinks at the airplane because I'm just used to sleeping. But this way I can carry on with me, and helps with hydration. I mentioned that I sleep a lot, so I carry the travel pillow. This is my travel pillow. I'm not a big fan of those neck pillows you have. The reason why I'm not a big fan is I have a herniated disc in my neck. And the airline seats now have headrests. They all have headrests. So if you put the pillow here, then it pushes too much for my neck, and I don't like it having it in front of like this. That's not. I'm just like I feel like somebody's choking me. So I was looking around, and then I found this. And this is a newer type. It's a scarf that has a frame right here. So the way you do this is you go. Now, this I love. I've gotten some really good sleeps thanks to this. The catch is that you have to kind of adjust. Especially, I'm a side sleeper when I sleep regularly, so it helps. But the catch is that if you put it like this, you're not supposed to like force on it. If you do this, you'll find yourself straining. The idea is just to fall asleep, and then this will kind of just gently nudge the way that so your neck doesn't crank. So yeah, initially I was like, oh, I'm gonna do like this, and I'm like, well, it's not comfortable, but it turns out that all I need to do is just go like this, fall asleep, and as I fall asleep, it will just give me just enough to not crack my neck. So scarf pillow, that's it. So and then depending on the seat arrangement, like if I have aisle, my backpack will go up in the carry-on. And I'll pick some of the stuff that I think I will be using on that flight. If I'm on the window side, or if I'm in the middle, it's usually that window or if I'm in the middle or window seat. Usually what I do is I have one of these. This is a seat to surface, I believe, a nylon shopping tote bag. One of those foldable nylon ripstop bags, right? And I throw everything that I need goes in here, right? So a book, everything, and then I'll put my backpack up on carry-on, and then this will sit in front of this. Will just sit underneath the seat in front of me, or hook on the backrest. In that way, I have everything that I do need during the flight with me, and my backpack can carry some of the other stuff. So that is pretty much it, and that's how I survived flying almost every month, maybe sometimes twice a month, or for over 9-hour flights for the last 20 years. So safe travels, stay legal.